How was my trip to the vet, which I took without my emotional support bird? Sometimes when I go to the vet, I like to take an emotional support bird in addition to whatever parrot I'm taking to the vet. Hey guys, I'm Kaylin, the author of The Parrot Bliss Bond and the new book, Get to Know African Grey and Cape Parrots, both available on Amazon. If you want to increase your bliss or follow my journey with my over 22 plus species, then you're in the right place. And if you knew that this is Blue, one of my rescues, then you're used to hanging out. Thank you for being here. You know that part of my mission is to help you increase your bliss, decreasing the need for rescues, making it easier for them. I really admire what they do. It's crazy. Let's start talking about Pippa's vet visit. All right, guys, well, I have a little bit of a story for you today because Pippa's visit was really supposed to be for 3 p.m. Now, if you watch my videos, you'll know that I did a video on my empty nest where I had Linny babies. It was emptied because they went to a fantastic pet store. And so I was saying that, surprise though, my empty nest is waiting for a new parrot. The new parrot is Pippa, and the species is meant to be a surprise. However, day one, I started to look at Pippa. I'm hoping Pippa's female, with like a questioning eye. Is that crop going down too slowly? Fortunately, I'm experienced enough with hand feeding that I recognized that definitely there was a problem. Day two, I was like, yep, no, this is definitely a problem. So I took a sample, a dropping sample, and as per my vet's instructions, I started to give the proper medication. Day three wasn't getting better, but it was getting worse. I finally was able to take Pippa to the vet today, you know, just because of the vet schedule and Wednesdays are her days off. OMG, you know how that goes. So what I did though is I didn't have an appointment until 3, and I didn't realize why they were so booked, although my vet is just a fantastic vet. People drive from a couple hours away to bring their exotic animals, not just parrots, to my vet. So it's common for her to be busy. So today I went to the Rainforest Clinic with Dr. Club to hope against any odds that I could get in first thing in the morning instead of having to wait until 3 p.m. because Pippa's crop isn't decreasing, and the crop is, you want to show them? Come here. I know, you're cranky. Their crop is right here, and with an adult, the feathers hide it and you can't see what's going on with their crop. Oh, but Blue likes that. But with babies, you can see their crop. You can see when it's full, you can see when it's empty, and Pippa's wasn't emptying. So I figured if nothing else, I would ask, what do I do? Do I feed her? Do I not feed her? Because I'm hyper crazy about taking really good care of my babies, and I don't really have this problem. So I've only dealt with it like one other time in the last few years, and so I was like, I don't know what to do. I got so lucky because I was able to see my vet at the clinic and say, hey, can I ask you a question? Because as I'm going in, I see a breeder that comes in. They're not late for the appointment, which is bad. Like, I was hoping that her 9 o'clock appointment was late, and maybe she'd be like, why don't you come in since my appointment's not here? Instead, the breeder comes in with like all of these Sun Conures and an Amazon and some green cheeks, or not green cheeks, sorry, but some, I think like a cherry head conure, some monk parakeets or Quakers, just like Blue. And I'm going, oh no, they're probing, they're doing the DNA sexing, which is a very minor, but still surgery. And so I thought it would be kind of interesting to tell you about that. When a breeder wants to choose the next generation of breeders, one of the things that they do is exactly that. They bring their babies to the vet, and they have so many that the vet's like booked for the morning or the day. And so I'm going, oh no, But the vet does a quick, like, I don't even think she does an incision. I don't know. I mean, there must be some sort of, anyway, but she goes in, and I don't even know where. I have seen it done before. I actually had one of my pairs that she did that too. But she goes in and she's gonna do a little incision somewhere around here and go in with a little microscope and look at the genitals and see, number one, the gender, and number two, whether or not they are viable. In other words, you know, no person, no animal is perfect. And so sometimes some parrots, I think, aren't gonna be able to reproduce just out of a fluke. It has nothing to do with their pet quality or anything like that. It's just like a human. There are some humans, someone's knocking. Who is knocking? There are some humans who, you know, can't reproduce, have a hard time reproducing. It's the same thing. So I thought that was really cool and really interesting because it's something that you don't see very often. And my vet's one of the only vets I know of that does that. So I thought that was so cool. Back to Pippa. My vet, she's just so good. She's been doing parrots for so long. OMG. She looks at Pippa and she's like, there's something neurological. And I'm like, oh God. I was hoping it was just a yeast infection, although for a yeast infection, fluconazole, I believe is the generic name of the medicine that cures yeast infections, wasn't doing it. So it's like, I knew that there was something else going on. And sure enough. And so, I have, fortunately, unfortunately, I don't know, I've had practice with giving parrots shots, and my vet said that the bacteria that she suspects and that we're going to start to treat for needs to be treated with an injection. So I came home. Actually, I asked if one of her technicians could hold Pippa for me to give the injection, because they're really good at it. They're in the medical field. They hold and they give the injection. I have had vets train me how to medicate my birds for when they have to come home and continue to get those injections. But my daughter is the one that holds the birds, because my daughter, who designs awesome parrot illustrations, and by the way, there's some in our merch store. This is one of her parrot ones. Happy Birdmas. Ah, so cute. But my daughter, she is my whisperer, and she'll hold the parrot the right way, and she's so good. She holds them steady while I give the injection. And now with the wind, I've lost Blue, who isn't in the water, but I'm gonna have to find Blue. All right, so my fingers are crossed. My vet was straight up with me, and she was like, you know, we'll do our best, keep our fingers crossed. This is a pretty serious bacteria. So, you know, I don't know what'll happen with Pippa. I'm really hoping that she starts to recover and starts to do better. So far, she was resting well, because yesterday she wasn't resting well. She was really restless, and it was killing me because it's like I know she needs to rest and I'm having a hard time feeding her. So anyway, today she's resting well. She got her first injection. Hi, land shark. Are you gonna come say hi? Yeah, come here. Hi. It's okay. You hear the dog barking next door? Yeah. So this is land shark. Land shark is a hawk-headed parrot. And land shark has always been a plucker since we adopted her, rescued her a year ago, but unfortunately it's gotten a little worse. I was considering giving her Haberdol, but I decided that we were like, we don't want to give her drugs. So you can see her pin feathers down here. They're starting to grow back in. I'm hoping that she'll leave them alone. My fingers are crossed. I'm giving her some of Tink's CBD. I'm trying to give her plenty of time out. I'm trying to give her a nice change. We'll see. Anyway, so my vet was very, you know, straightforward about the fact that this is a hard bacteria. So my fingers are crossed. I'm hoping that in the future I can do videos, reveal Pippa's species, have her start to feather, because she doesn't even have her pin feathers. She's just starting to get them. And so it's just kind of heartbreaking, this young little life that's having such a tough time. And I'm doing everything I can, but sometimes it's not enough. So we'll see. Fingers crossed, right? You want to go here? Hi, land shark. Well, so that's the story for today. Make sure to visit our merch store and give us one of these because it really helps our juice on the algorithm. And if you comment, that helps too. I'm always very grateful, and I try to reply to every comment. Sometimes they escape me, but when I see them, I do reply to them. Thank you for joining me in this blissful video. If you have any questions about your parrot to increase your bond, please be sure to post below, and I will see you in the next video.